Morning, everyone. My name is Etienne Roesch. I've had an amazing day yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that today is going to be at least as exciting. I'm a professor of cognitive science at the University of Reading. I'm here with Professor Lucas, who is a professor of cybersecurity at the University of Greenwich. I'm not a TV presenter just yet, but I'll try to make my little speech at least half as exciting as that of the other keynote speakers. It is the 10th anniversary of housing technology, and I'm very happy to be part of a new stage on their journey. I'm very happy to announce and to be part of that report, and I have a button to press. There you go. I'm very happy to announce that Housing Technology is a partner on the Cocoon project that I'm coordinating, that just started. Cocoon is a research project funded by the EU that gathers EU researchers in Europe, to evaluate tomorrow's landscape of IoT technology, so Internet of Things technology, and advise on topics related to security. So we have approached Housing Technology because they are the #1 provider of technology news in the housing sector, and they have a keen eye that we needed in the consortium. So I don't know if you knew that, but you can actually approach them and ask them to produce dedicated reports on particular topics. So I engage you to do that. They have been really good to us in the past. So together with Housing Technology, we have thus started working on a research report dedicated to the Internet of Things for the housing sector. I'm not just yet what you would call a professional of the housing sector. I have to admit, it is my first conference of the housing sector. I really enjoy it. I'm a particular breed of scientist that has been oscillating between psychology and engineering, unlike Professor Lucas, who's a white hat hacker, if we can call it like that. But from where I stand, I see three very big challenges that the housing sector is going to have to face. So these are the Internet of Things, big data, and security. So Cocoon, the Cocoon project, is at the center of this triad. It places the tenants at the center of this complex and adaptive system, and I'll explain in a second why this is important. So the Internet of Things, whether you like it or not, will change the way you're doing things. It is coming, for sure. I have no doubt about that, for many reasons. From the smart light bulb that will send regular updates about its status, to the smart meter that will regulate the consumption of electricity and speak directly to national grid. The Internet of Things will save you money just because you will know when to send a technician when you need it. Okay, this is, and so I will let you evaluate in your heads how much it costs to send out a technician to check on a light bulb to find out that the door is closed because the tenant forgot the appointment. How much does it cost? If you don't have an answer, you can go to Capita. I know that they have done the math and will be happy to tell you all about it. I'm sure that other stand-up comedians could make a joke about light bulbs and closed doors, but I'm not such a good stand-up comedian yet. The second point was big data, because when you will have to manage the health status from 1 million light bulbs, you will face challenges you never knew even existed. What is more, when you do have access to this data, you will be able to organize large-scale experiments. So you will be able to answer questions like, by how much do you need to dim the light in public places to reduce electricity costs by 20%, say, while making sure that everybody is happy and the street remains safe? At the moment, there is no way you can answer this question. The third point was security, because it is inevitable that cyber-physical attacks will become the new buzz for hustlers. It is a given. How many of you have gaming consoles or are registered to Amazon or Netflix on their smart TV? Short raise of hands. Quite a few people. So what do you think would happen if someone accesses your router and then get access to your Amazon account? Right? Easy. So it took a year and a half for Bennett Aaron to realize that someone had stolen his identity. How much time is it going to take you or your housing association? I should stop my timer. How much time do you think that it would take you to realize that the reason the light bulbs keep dying more often than usual is because of a surge of power in the meter, because someone hacked a smart boiler to send denial of service attacks to the US? That is a challenge you will be facing in the next decade. I don't know if you know that, but about 6 months ago, the entire east coast of the US was out of internet because their DNS servers. The DNS servers are those guys that will translate an IP into a human-readable URL. And so for about 24 hours, the entire east coast of the US didn't have access to the internet because these DNS servers were dead. Okay. And the reason for that was there was a massive attack made from God knows who, against through the smart TVs, and they were sending these particular denial of service attacks, and they managed to knock out the entire east coast of the US for 24 hours. Imagine how much money that was and how many people actually lost their jobs. In the Cocoon project, we realized that what is crucial to tackle these challenges is the users, right? The tenants. Because first of all, they're going to be the first one in the line of fire, right? If their credentials are stolen, if their credit card details are stolen, if their identity is stolen, they are going to be the first one who are going to be facing consequences of that. And also, they are the first responders, right? They are the first ones that can actually detect that something is wrong with the network. And they're the first ones that can actually say, oh, maybe I should unplug the router, or I should change the configuration. I should change the mapping of my IPs and not use my Xbox anymore. And so in the project, we're really targeting an intrusion detection system based on the users. We're basically using the users as sensors. And so back to the report, with housing technology, we're trying to figure out what is going to happen in the next decade. And we're going to be targeting all these three different key areas. At the moment, we have a notion of what should be in there. But as George said, we are invited to join the steering committee and to sort of steer the development of this report. And so I think I will finish on these words.